What's going on, y'all? It's your man, DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy, R.O.
It's your boy, TJ, the mayor.
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast.
Your podcaster's favorite podcast. Gentlemen.
What's going on?
Yeah.
This is Black Excellence.
Okay. That's what we on today, huh?
That's what we on today.
Yeah.
This is Black Excellence. This is Black Excellence. Fighting on everything. Diamonds on everything.
What'd you say, Sahai?
Huh, this man some Musa on Buddha. The lab like disciple on Hoover.
Woo, that's my shit, man.
Now we came in hard.
Yeah,
today.
we came in hot, man. Shout out to
hard
Trinidad James. Y'all thought Trinidad James wasn't doing shit no
Listen,
more.
That's
I was sleeping.
gold everything, right?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the dude that all
yeah.
gold everything. Gold
Yeah.
all of my watch.
Yeah.
Gold all of my
Yeah,
socks.
he did a damn thing on that one. I love that one.
I was asleep on it.
Yeah, that shit.
And Sahai comes in.
That's gonna be the new. That might be the new intro
Right.
to my new mixtape.
Hey, and Sahai dropped a quick EP on him.
Right.
Dropped
yes.
a quick
Shout
EP on him.
Yes, him did.
When
Yes,
Woody
him
was
did.
on here, remember we was talking about Sahai, please drop something. And then he gave us a little 4 or 5 song, little deal. And I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not.
Yeah, a little couple.
But he teased the shit out of us. I'm like, damn, okay, I'll take that one, Sahai. I'll take that one for now.
Yeah, I'm thinking EP is gonna be like 5 or 6 new joints, and it was like one joint I had already heard, and then 3 other joints. But them 3 other joints we needed. So I was like, yeah, let's go.
I love Extra. I love how he put out shit because he's really like lyrical on some, like No Dope on Sundays. Like he's spit. This one, like his EP is really for just kind of like there's more of the lady songs on there. It's not the shit that you would usually hear on the B side of Sahai. So you can tell like he's in his grown man bag on this one.
Yeah,
but
he talks about it. Yeah, he talks about it.
Gentlemen, man, we
What's
here,
going
man.
on?
We here. It's Friday. It's coming out on Friday. And we are 2 days away from Juneteenth. We're in here selling Juneteenth this week, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, I got my free-ish Juneteenth shirt on today, man. Yeah, I got hooked up, man. I got hooked up. I got sent some shits, man.
I see.
I got sent some shits. There's gonna be a couple barbecues going on Sunday. And one of my homies that makes t-shirts was like, hey, man, I got something for you. You've been talking about you going to these shindigs. You know what I mean? I said, oh, the hootenannies? He said, I don't know if you can call them hootenannies in Juneteenth, but sure, but I got something for you. So he sent me a t-shirt.
That's what's up.
And he said, please don't shout him out because he's the bootleg king.
Right.
Also, it's Father's Day weekend, so happy
Man.
Father's Day, fellas.
We got a lot going on. My horn is
Your horn
my
broke.
always.
Hold on. Can we give Ron a chance to do that one more again? All right. 3, 2, 1.
He did a remix. He did a Yeah, man. Yeah. Juneteenth coming up, gentlemen.
If you guys don't know what Juneteenth is, or what we're talking about,
Tell
just
them
let me explain what Juneteenth is so you guys can rock with us on this episode.
Yes.
Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating emancipation of enslaved African Americans. It is also often observed for the celebrating African American culture. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it has been celebrated annually on June 19th in various parts of the United States since 1865.
Yes, sir.
So that's what this weekend is, Juneteenth.
Texas slaves' true freedom day.
Free-ish day, as
Free-ish,
we call it
yeah,
here in the
free-ish.
Money Row.
Free-ish,
We
right.
were
What do you say? Independence? It was kind of sort of their Independence Day.
It was kind of a little bit of 3/5 to the man. What is it? 3/5 is a man, I believe is the phrase. What was Jay talking about? Jay was talking that shit.
Who was that? That was Jay-Z?
Jay-Z on that.
Yeah, Jay-Z nice with his lyrics.
And black people turn up, so
Yeah, you
they
know how
had
we
to
do.
make that. They had to make that a holiday.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what's crazy is I just found out recently that one, I knew that it resonated in Texas, but Texas was also the first state to recognize it as a state holiday in 1980.
Right.
In 1980.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I haven't been celebrating
Well,
Juneteenth since.
You know what? And that's the thing. Like, I think that we're really going to touch on a lot of this today about because it is. We were talking before the pod, and it is kind of newer. And what I also had to say about that, it being newer, is just because they taught us for so many years about Christopher Columbus, for example, and we thought that was what it was until we learned, and now it's okay to celebrate something different. But before we go any further, this is a Rainbow Coalition. This is the podcast where we fuck with everybody. Me and my brother are biracial, so obviously we fucks with a couple of different people. I don't even know. I guess you don't. Just because you're biracial doesn't mean you're fucking.
Yeah, but
I know some real racist biracial people.
But we're different biracial because our mom is blonde hair, blue eyes, and our dad is purple.
Yeah, so we're on like.
And if y'all don't know what purple is, like my dad is black. He microphone black.
Well, because one is from this whole side of the spectrum, this one's from this whole side of the spectrum.
That's how it usually is,
and I just want to say something real quick when we talk about this, man. I want to get into sponsorship real quick before we go any further, because speaking of the Rainbow Coalition, you know what I mean. Our brothers over there at 8 Mile Vodka, the Tommy brothers, man, they are Middle Eastern descent. You know what I mean? Homeboy Mikey is white. You know what I mean? Shout out to Stelios and We Handle Candles, which I'm going to mention in a second. And he was just in here doing some videography. He's actually Greek. You know what I mean? That's where the Stelios, when people don't really know how to pronounce his name, oh, that's the Greek freak right there, man. That's my Greek brother, freak. Man. And obviously Cheat Design is black. JC's Quality Construction, white. I mean, it's who's married into a Mexican family. They just had a quinceañera for his daughter. So we are the Rainbow Coalition.
So real.
Technically, like Jason is biracial now.
His kids surely is.
He's mentally biracial.
Oh yeah. No. I've been to his fucking rah-rahs. This motherfucker is different.
Right.
But yeah, so with that being said, man, shout out to 8 Mile Vodka, Born in Detroit, Mike and Shoemaker, George Berkelis, the Tomey brothers, and everybody over there at 8 Mile Vodka and Born in Detroit. Thank you so much for always supporting us. Also, We Handle Candles. That is Stelios and his beautiful lady. They have a nice candle company. It's Zoe Candles. It burns really, really clean. I've been burning them for the last couple of weeks, especially being outside now in the pool and everything. Mosquitoes. I got the citronella joint to keep the mosquitoes away. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to them. Actually, I have it behind me. Hold on, good people.
This is America.
These are my two favorite right here. This is the citronella that I always burn, and this right here is a Fruit Loops. And I have a bunch of these at the crib, man. I just keep going. Like I can't get out of these. Let me get back up here. let me get back in. I actually can't. Like I want to try other flavors, but when you like something, you're just like I'm kind of stuck on that.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to We Handle Candles. Mike, what you got over there for sponsorship, good brother?
We got JC Quality Construction, everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door. Hit him up at 734-652-9715. Once again, mention Beyond the Tracks podcast, and he'll hook you up with 15% off all materials. Then we got Cheat Designs, as always, hitting you with them one-off customs, hitting you with now artwork coming soon. Check his website out at www.cheat-designs.com. Hit him up on Instagram, Cheat Designs. Hit him up on, you can hit him up on his phone number, 734-681-0331. Whatever you do, hit this guy up, man. He's got some great shit jumping off, so be ready.
It's my guy. Also, real quick, before we start, Jason, I'm going to make you a jingle, bro. I'm going to make Jason a jingle.
We've been talking about that.
I know we've been talking.
Jingle.
Now,
the JC's jingle.
It might have a hip-hop beat,
That's all right.
And it might. I'm just messing. We're going to make you a jingle. That's my word. And secondly, I want to shout out my boy Nitty. Sweets Good Eats.
Sweets Good Eats.
He'll be opening soon. I told him I would definitely show him some love, on the podcast. It's a friend of the podcast.
Time.
One of our guys.
This has been, like 30 years in the making?
The barbecue.
My man.
And, wrong. So earlier, I'm on my way. I'm trying to dodge and duck traffic. 75 fucked up right now, and I'm trying not to look at my phone because you're not supposed to, but I had to glimpse down because it kept shit kept going off, and I looked down. What's going on? It was the first installment of the barbecue box. Big Mike had him and Nina Chic Boutique. They have put together. They got the I want to call them bibs. They're not bibs. The aprons. The aprons are coming soon. Hey, shit gets deep. Y'all hear that? The aprons are coming soon. We gotta collaborate with them on the rest of the box because they were the first ones to put together a barbecue box.
I did get some tongs too. So those we putting everything together, man. It's gonna be dope. Some socks. Yeah. We doing towels.
Can we get with Jay Bricks, and can he get us a little jingle? a little
something.
rap for our barbecue box.
There you go.
Talking about clicking tongs, you know what I mean? While you playing the songs, I don't know. I don't know how to
Listen,
rhyme, but I'm
right.
just saying.
Can we get all three of y'all on that joint?
Okay, now you're tripping.
Right.
See,
I'm just
okay,
saying, we can do a whole song. We can't do a whole
I
song.
think he's still under contract, actually.
I think he might be. I think his contract was. I don't think there
y'all
was a
find me
stop date.
y'all find
You
me
know
the
what?
paperwork, and I'll do a song. If y'all can find me some paperwork, I'll do the song. But y'all ain't got no paperwork.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Last week we was talking,
Paperwork.
and I don't
You
know
think
if
I
we
don't?
I know you don't. I absolutely know. I've never signed anything. Anyway, Rome, as you said, as you were saying,
you
sir,
have been drinking.
as you've been saying, sir.
we were on. I don't know if we were recording or not, but we were having a conversation, and we were kind of talking about music and whatnot. And I said to myself, "What kind of ragtag shit Mike running here? Wait a minute, you was a manager, an owner,
Right.
You own,
No,
yeah, you had ownership.
I had nothing on paper. I was on the run at the time.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about paper, bro. I'm just saying in the grand scheme of
Oh, well,
things.
shit, it didn't give me my
Yeah,
ownership
you
money
had
because I never got
ownership,
paid.
But this is the thing.
I was signed.
Right.
I had ownership.
Oh, you
Right.
signed paper?
What type of shit was we running, bro?
Listen, I'm going to tell you what we.
I'm gonna tell you, he was running a
So when the
sweatshop.
bag come,
Mike was
listen,
running a
when the bag
sweatshop.
come, everybody just get.
I'm gonna tell you how it was going. It was like Juneteenth, right? So what happened was, all y'all,
We thought we was freed.
you thought
Right.
y'all had ownership,
In
but there was
1863,
no paperwork.
We had
for one,
ownership.
and two, shit, I didn't get paid anything either. I think I spent more damn money than I ever made.
I think
so
we all did.
I
think
mean,
we all did.
we can honestly say though
Hey, we was fresh,
we
though.
owned a negative business because
was
our
fresh.
income
Bro.
from that business had to be negative.
Let me say this, but our experience and our knowledge
was
base
worth $1 million.
went through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh,
Went through
that
the
we,
roof.
you can't buy that. You can't buy
Exactly.
experience.
That's facts.
No, that's
And what we learned
Yep,
and
we
the
paid-
relationships
we paid
we
for
made
some really
and the-
great experience.
right.
Yeah.
And the people that we met and the
that was
opportunities
worth
that
more
were-
than anything.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we still made some fire music. Don't get it twisted.
So you free-ish.
Don't get it twisted.
See, this is the actually Rome is good. Rome.
I was producing.
Listen, Rome
Rome
is
do it up.
Rome is when it comes to Totally Focused Entertainment. Rome is rich. You know why? Because how come every time we need a song or think of a song, Rome's like, I got that.
Absolutely.
He got all the masters.
I keep telling y'all.
I bet you he got ADATs.
I keep telling you.
I bet you he's got ADATs.
Look, y'all want to own y'all masters? Come holler at me. I got everything. If you listen in the 2000s, if you mess with Never Say Never, Totally Focused. What I got? Oh, you know what? Real quick, shout out to my man, Young Chief, man. I keep
R.I.P.
seeing, Circle Chief.
Young Chief.
I think I'm not sure, so don't quote me, but I know it's getting close to the time that he passed away because I keep seeing Bricks posting things out, and if the listeners don't know, Chief was one of the dopest producers from Detroit that we had ever ran across. Young dude, beats is just crazy. Very, very, very talented. I'm sure if you've heard any of our music, you've heard a Circle Chief beat.
Young Chief.
Yeah, you heard a Circle Chief beat. So
Yeah.
I just want to shout him out real quick.
Lumberjack Gang.
Lumberjack.
Yeah,
gang,
man. Yeah, man.
We had a good time with them guys, man. But anyway,
Which was Black Excellence, man. Black Excellence is what it was, man. And we celebrate Black Excellence here. The people that know us, for the people that are listening or watching that don't know us, when I say Rainbow Coalition, we really are. You know what I mean? And part of our responsibility, our duties, and what we like to talk about is we celebrate our blackness, our biracialness, our Mexican brethren, our Puerto Rican brethren, our Colombian brethren, our Greek brethren, we can go on and fucking on. We fuck with everybody. Well, today we're talking about Juneteenth. Today we're talking about, to me, I could honestly say it's a little bit newer holiday within the last, 5-6 years for me of really recognizing it and celebrating it. And I believe that America is, we're in the woke stage. We're in all, we're in like a different movement, right? You know what I mean? So some good and some bad come from letting people know that
knowledge.
Hey, this is some real knowledge. This is fact based. This isn't something that you learned in school and then you found out later that it's not it's not correct. But
I think the celebration part of it is a good thing. I think the monetization is a bad thing as far as what it stands for. Me personally, we ain't gonna get into that, but I'm just saying.
We can get into whatever. I mean,
two
this is
sides
dope,
of
but
the
I
table.
don't want to.
I think it's a great.
This is a celebration.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think it's a
But
great.
it's okay to be honest about
Yeah.
how you feel about it.
I think it's a great time to celebrate. You know, black people we celebrate everything. You know,
Right.
so you don't really need a reason. But I think it's a great cause. You know, to celebrate, and as we all should. What I'm speaking more of is the monetization of the capitalization of taking this particular day and then monetizing on it and not letting that money filter into the community that actually invented it. Kind of just like hip hop. Kind of like hip hop.
Well,
if you
right,
look at the top of
I
hip
was
hop,
saying.
the dudes who run that up there, they don't do stuff to feed or to and strengthen the community. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I was going to compare it more, and I understand what you're saying, and I totally get what you're saying. I was thinking of it more along the lines of on the positive side of it is I kind of think of it as like Cinco de Mayo, for example, right? Like Cinco de Mayo, like some more ignorant people think that it's the Mexican Independence Day, and every year they have to be reminded, no, it's not Mexican Independence Day. You know what I mean? It's the
Right.
it's the anniversary of the Battle of Pueblo. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Against
I
the
did
French.
not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you said that.
But that's one thing that's a negative part of it, because it's like you guys don't even know what it's for. But on the positive, the same way I think of Juneteenth is the same thing, like, with Cinco de Mayo is, yeah, but what they've turned into is a Mexican celebration. So
Right.
everything, your heritage, everything that you love about your heritage, and everything, that's a day that everybody rocks with
Yep.
you, like
I like that.
like St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope,
Every
yeah.
day, every St. Patrick's Day, everybody's Irish. I don't care who you
like
are.
that.
There's
Right.
Black Irish,
Yeah.
there's German Irish, there's all these people that are Irish, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I look at it.
I
as
genuinely
Juneteenth.
appreciate that perspective, bro.
Is-
I never seen it from that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
and
Yeah.
now ours is new. See,
Yeah.
theirs are older. They've been celebrating this. Ours is a new celebration, a newer celebration. No pun intended to our stands. Hey, newer, send us some money.
Right.
But this is a newer celebration. I understand that, but I also understand, like, I grew up where we celebrated Columbus Day, and then we found out how horrible this individual was, and then we started finding out, oh, those were lies, those weren't facts, and the facts in real history is, John Leguizamo's got a fucking great stand up where how he does like the theater type stand up where he does like it's like a fucking history lesson on Christopher Columbus and all this different stuff. But just because we've been taught it growing up doesn't mean we can't change once we know the facts. So same thing with Juneteenth, and I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's actually kind of a Debbie Downer because, hey, we were emancipated in 63, but we didn't really get emancipated in certain places until 65, and we're still not really 100% emancipated and all this other stuff. And it's like, yep, I get that. I get how people can feel that way. I don't want to make it seem like we can't feel that way, but I like the other side of it. I can't change that. What I can do is I can celebrate,
Right.
and I can have, you know what I mean, my brethren and my sisters, my allies celebrate it with me, and we can bring Black excellence to the forefront, because let's keep it real, Black History Month is fading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, and I was going to almost compare it to Black History Month. One of the things that I love about it is it allows you to educate people if you have some education.
Yeah, that's
about
the
it.
one time of the year where you can say some shit and people don't be like, oh no, argumentative. Yeah, it's Black History Month, we'll let it go.
But right, you're right. You're right.
Wait.
Am I lying? I'm flying. No, I mean, I don't know if that's where you were going, Big Mike.
No.
But that's
Say some shit like what, bro?
no. He said what he
I don't
said
know,
was
what did you say to people?
what he said
Is to
that
educate some people.
educate.
Right.
He likes that time of year because it's a time where you can get the
educate.
chance to educate.
Right.
I was simply saying from what he was saying is like because in real life,
Right.
try to educate somebody outside of
Outside
Black
of-
History
okay,
Month.
okay,
They're like
okay,
they want to
okay.
argue and be argumentative
okay,
on their
okay,
point.
okay,
Black
yeah.
History Month, that
I
month
understand.
they shut the fuck up and
Okay,
listen.
I got you.
That's what I'm
with you.
saying.
Okay.
Okay, you
I'm
guys.
with
Sorry,
you.
I be
No, I'm with
wild
you.
when I talk, bro.
with you.
I don't do no setups. I'd be a horrible
I thought you
comedian.
said something else.
There's no
I'm gonna say,
setups.
what
There was
you
just I
saying?
just grabbed out. I'm sorry, my bad.
They be like, oh, we gonna let that go.
Brother TJ finished my whole sentence.
Shit, my bad.
My whole chapter. He finished in his head. He finished it. He was like, "Hold on, I got some shit to say."
I know where you're
And George Bush don't like black people.
So, what else I was gonna say is it also gives me an opportunity. You know me. I've been researching black stuff all my life, but it gives me an opportunity to say, let me try to dig something up and find something that I don't know. So it forces me to actually educate myself on different things because you're thinking about it. You know, every day you might not think about it, but there's certain days, Juneteenth, 4th of July, I kind of do the same thing. I research black facts about the 4th of July and a lot of the holidays, Memorial Day, that kind of stuff. So these holidays always force me to look some things up, and I have one fun fact for you right now. Okay. All right. I want to shout out John Baxter Taylor, who was actually the first African American to win an Olympic gold medal. And I'm going to read this because I want to get it all right. While Taylor attended Central High School in Philadelphia, he ran track as the only black athlete on the team. From there, he attended Moses Brown Preparatory School in Rhode Island, flourishing on the team with an undefeated streak. When he was enrolled in Wharton School of Finance 1 year later, he joined the varsity track team, where he would come to break the intercollegiate record for the 440-yard run. In the 1908 Olympics, he competed in the 400-meter relay and won the first gold medal as an African American.
Dope.
Running.
I ain't know that.
Running. I didn't either. That's why I like these holidays, I like to research crazy stuff. And I might go through 20 things and I'll be like, oh, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Excuse me.
This and that.
John
And
Baxter
then I'll find something. I'll be like, oh, this doesn't sound familiar to me. And so I'll look it up a little deeper. And so now I have that. I wish I was like TJ and fucking remembered everything, because I could be an encyclopedia, but I usually forget it after about a month or two.
Well, you know what, though? That actually brings me to a point, though, too, because I kind of want to put a little PSA out there that, hey, dear black folks, last week we hit them with a dear white folks. Dear black folks,
Right.
it's okay to not know all of your history
Right. Facts.
when you're in conversations with anybody, whether they be black, white, or in between. Like, you can not know something. It's okay to keep learning. Everybody thinks that you should just know what it is and you should be already ahead of the curve, and you're not truly at your truest blackness if you didn't know about this fact or that fact. It's like, no, man, that's what we do. We should be conversating and be proud of different things that happen that we didn't get taught back in the day. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, is being proud of, you know how many times, man, other races in America didn't know their real history because they grew up here and it took them till later, or it took them till, we live in a town where Custer, there's a statue of Custer. In our household growing up, Custer wasn't a good guy. You know what I mean? But they don't necessarily teach you that. It's okay. And it's okay if you don't feel that way neither.
Right.
What I'm saying is it's okay to not have every single bit of knowledge.
Exactly.
And you know what, man? Like, I'm so glad you said that, because as most people who know me know, my best friend Brad is white, and Brad has probably educated me on more black history than my militant father.
Right,
I mean, because he's one of those people, he just reads every damn thing.
Right.
And when he finds out some facts, or I'll be spitting something, and he'll be like, actually, that's not true. Blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, what? And he forces me, like, he'll just tell me, like, look it up. We're in an age where we can look everything up. Look it up.
Brad was the original Google it.
Oh, facts.
Like, before Google was actually Google.
Facts. I had to go to the library, get an encyclopedia, and then I'm like, damn, he was right.
Yeah.
Because he read all the encyclopedias. Because that's Brad. That's my man. Shout out, Brad.
Shout out,
What's
Brad.
up?
Shout out, Brad.
He's been on the pod.
Yeah.
Via phone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you didn't sit in for that one,
wasn't
man.
there, yeah.
Oh, we're going to do it again. But we're going to do it on something specific. And, I really want to do that. I want to hit, I've been thinking about some stuff for fall time, Halloween time, and like some spooky time for some real New Orleans spooky shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it every time you say it.
Spooky.
I'm going to say it every time.
Spooky film shout out. Yeah, but Rome, I know what you were saying earlier, man, and I kind of want you to touch.
But I think,
more on that.
I think you taking it deeper than I was really gonna go. But everybody don't look at it
as far as monetarily,
the
you were talking
monetization,
about,
because it doesn't come back it's like it's been hijacked, you know. And if you make it a federal holiday, black people really don't benefit from that, you know. Ultimately, big picture I'm talking about.
Right,
I'm not
big
talking
picture.
about big picture. I'm not talking about the celebration, of course, you know. I'm talking about.
Oh, it's brothers and sisters out there getting their Juneteenth shirts on though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not just shirts. I mean, when I'm saying the monetization of it, I mean
It's right. It's
like making it a federal holiday.
Mine was made by black folks.
yeah, the millions and millions of dollars that the corporations gain from it don't go back into the
Making
black
it a federal
community,
holiday
or
does
go
not
back
benefit
even into
black
the
people.
celebration. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. And once you know, this is
I mean,
the world we
Walmart,
live in. I'm not
Walmart ain't sponsoring a whole bunch of stuff in our community. I'm
Right.
just saying. Yeah.
You saying
You know
it
what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah.
Well, the other side of that too, man, is when stuff becomes a holiday.
And I'm not saying it shouldn't be a federal holiday. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
It absolutely should be
Right.
a federal holiday.
It has its good side and its bad side. Its good side is for the people that don't feel like they have to know everything and aren't stuck in their ways. It's a good conversation piece to open up conversation.
Right,
You know what I mean? Let's keep it a fucking buck. Like we are all still educating ourselves, and we'll
absolutely.
educate ourselves until the day we die, till the day where our children die. They'll be educating themselves. You should never stop educating yourself just about different things that you might not know about or you might be interested in. But the other side of that too is you get the, you know what I mean? Oh, we gotta fucking celebrate this, or now we gotta have a fucking moment for this. You know at the job, and I'm not talking about rich folks that you see on TV.
Right.
I'm not really talking about the poorest of poor folk. I'm talking about your middle class people that be at the JOB.
Absolutely.
And they be like, oh God, another fucking holiday for you jigaboos. Because I mean that's what
You can't say that, bro.
I
You
can
can't say
too.
that.
I absolutely can too, because that's what they fucking say. I'll say what the fuck they say
they
sometimes.
calling us jigaboos.
Oh my God.
That's what they say behind closed doors. Is that like the first time you got? Why are you laughing at me?
Listen, hold on, wait a minute.
This dude.
Listen, we always say we're a transparent podcast.
We are
and there's certain things that
transparent.
we don't touch on, and there's a reason for that. But if TJ
hear me
thinks
out.
that some people are calling him a jigaboo, let him believe that they're calling him a jigaboo.
I'm saying.
What is
listen,
the definition of a jigaboo?
Listen, you guys are touching on the wrong shit. You're not hearing my point.
I'm hearing your point,
The point is that there is people that say fucked up shit behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
And that's what they say at the
Absolutely.
job. Even in the
Absolutely.
fucking office.
I get it,
Even in the
yes.
executive office, they go, huh? We got to go. I'm sorry, I won't
Right,
say that.
right. But I know what you're saying, yeah.
We have to go deal with the black folks and go fake like we really care about Martin Luther King Day and do the moment of silence.
And all that,
at the
yeah.
time that he got shot. Let's keep it a fucking buck. Like I know we're laughing and we are.
Right.
And I said that we want to
Yeah.
be like a little bit more like this podcast, but I'm just saying that's the other side of it too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if that's what I got to combat with, I'm fine with it to have that to have a reason to bring up that conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? The only reason I'm saying that is because you were saying like there's some negative outlooks, or there's some people that actually don't really like the celebration that are black that don't like the celebration of Juneteenth.
But it's a reason.
and for
yeah.
good reason.
For good reason, yeah.
But I guess the way I'm saying I look at it is it forces conversation though in places that aren't just in the black community.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them talking that shit behind doors sometimes and being like annoyed by our celebration of blackness. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because guess what? Cool, because we're not talking to you anyway. Right. You're set.
Right.
Right.
Can you change? Yeah, you can. But you know what? I don't want to waste my time on you because there's some other people that would love to be. I love to, especially when I lived in Arizona, for example. Man, I used to love sitting down with my Mexican compadres, man, and just chopping it up, learning about their culture. And you know what I mean? We talk everything from food to even the Day of the Dead. I really didn't know about Day of the Dead until I moved to Arizona, and it was like, man, this is a real cool like ritual type stuff you guys do. You know what I mean? So that's who I'm talking about, and that's why I'm saying what I said. I know we kind of got a little bit of funny, and I kind of that's me though. I say what the fuck comes out. Sorry, I don't have too much of a filter, but I know that's what they say behind closed doors. What I'm saying is I'm okay with that being the cost for this side of it, me going, hey, but I get to have these conversations that I might not always have
Absolutely.
with some people that might not
Right.
have been raised in a household like I was raised in.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah. I see where you're going, bro.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, damn, y'all jumped me and shit. I
Nah,
said, damn,
jiggle-
I can't say jigaboo.
Well,
Nah, you
jigaboo,
can't say that. That's a rough road.
jigaboo
bro.
to me was
It
funny.
is.
Yeah,
It
that's
is a rough road.
Yeah, that's-
But guess what?
rough,
Just
yeah.
like you feel uncomfortable, our listeners
Yeah.
and everybody else, if you feel uncomfortable, I apologize if you feel uncomfortable, but I don't apologize for making you feel uncomfortable because guess what? That's life. That's
Right.
that's what
how-
happens.
That's what we do.
People feel uncomfortable when things like this come up.
Absolutely.
And the more I feel like the more we conversate, the less uncomfortable
Right.
it gets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I
don't
think,
know.
man.
I love it.
As far as where we was going, speaking on like your monetization and how it really affects the black community. You were saying certain people or organizations may feel like this is something else we got to celebrate. But the fact that let me make it more gentle. What black people really want is equality.
Right.
Not so much acceptance, just equality, whether it be in a legal system, whether it be at the job. Black people really don't want, I think, let me rephrase this. If you want to satisfy black people, give them a party. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I said that, now, obviously it's a deeper meaning, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want black people to shut up, throw a party for them. Have you ever heard that saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
a
don't
tactic.
agree with it, but yeah.
No, you don't agree with it, but it's a tactic.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
if you agree with it,
So,
then you're silly,
so people
but-
look at
yeah.
Juneteenth as, bro, we don't want that. We want what's owed to us,
Right.
and what's owed to us is,
You're gonna throw
justice.
us. You're gonna throw us another
equality. Exactly.
holiday. So
Yeah, I don't want the check.
Right.
I don't want the check. I want the say in the room. I want a seat at the room. I want the executive seat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want ownership.
But what a party does
I
is
want
distract you from that.
I want to get I want the, which is up to us too. I want the knowledge passed down generation to generation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I want a level playing field. That's
A
all I
level
want.
playing field.
I don't want a
Exactly.
check.
That's it.
I mean, we talk about this a lot, especially when we're sitting outside on the back deck and we'll talk about reparations.
Right.
And I've heard a lot of great arguments on both sides.
Right.
You know what I mean? And about is reparations good or bad? And you know what I mean? It's like, what good is it to give? For example, right now, think about it. They gave us over $2,000 in stimulus checks. Hey, good some people, right? But hey, good for you. Now you got to pay $5.25 for gas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does it really matter that check they give you? No.
right.
But what matters is the shit that grows, right? You know what I mean? When they talk about compound interest and yields, and you know what I mean? We're not going to get into the financial. We're not doing that today.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
just saying that's what I want. That's what I would love. That would be my reparations. You know what I mean?
The game. Give
So
me the game.
what they do by saying give them a party, that's like give them a check.
Right.
It'll blow over.
Right.
And we'll be right back to where we're at.
They'll be happy.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And you're right and you're right. Give them a check and they will be happy. You both are absolutely right. And that's what people want. A check. Listen, when you're an employer, if you want to change the rules, when you change the rules? On Friday. When you're paying people. You know why? Because ain't nobody gonna buck the system when you put money in their pocket. You can do what you want to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Unless you
Bars.
fuck that check up.
Right, unless the
let
check
that
messed
let
up.
that
Right.
check
But
before
no,
our show.
but no,
short.
you want to push any agenda, you
Right.
pay the people. I mean, once you pay people, that's just
Uh-oh.
that's how the game go. So yeah,
Yeah. You got TJ in his mood.
No, he's spitting bars. I had to put
no,
the
I'm
music
just-
to it.
I'm
He's
just-
spitting. No, that's bars,
I'm
bro.
just,
I'm not
you know,
making
kinda-
fun.
right,
I'm
I'm just
having
kinda-
fun. I'm having
Having
fun,
fun.
not
For sure.
making fun. Those are bars. That's real
how
shit.
it goes. And I know what you're saying by like, okay, they cut a check. What is it really gonna mean? The way the world works, if you wrong somebody, you have to pay them.
No. Not pay them. You have to make them whole. There's a difference.
Okay, talk to me.
Okay, so I was once a union rep, and in our contract, it never says if somebody files a grievance, for example, right, where they got wronged out of some overtime that they should have had, right? You don't in the contract it doesn't say pay them their overtime pay. It says make them whole.
Okay.
There's a difference. Paying you a check doesn't make you whole. If I paid you a check right now for $1 million, it doesn't make up for being black, just for having ancestors that were slaves. And the country was built off their backs. Would giving you $1 million, would it? I know what you, but I know where your mind goes.
I was like, are you asking Rome that question?
I know, right?
But, okay.
But what I'm saying
ask
is,
it because I want.
I'm
mean,
gonna
yeah, go
ask
ahead,
it.
yeah, hey, you said we transparent.
If I give you $1 million, does that make up that many years? That much as far as financial? No, it doesn't.
It does not.
But if I said, hey, listen, we have traced back your family's roots in Mississippi. to specific land that they were on.
Right.
And we're giving you ownership of that land.
Right.
And we're also giving you a seat at the table of the city council of
Dope.
that city that it's in.
Right.
And there's all these things that come with it
Dope.
that will make you whole.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Dope.
And here's a little bit more for your heartbreak, right?
Right.
That's making somebody whole. A check doesn't make you
Right.
whole.
I
check
agree.
a check is something that comes and goes.
I like
Money
that.
is something
I
that
love
comes
that.
and goes.
I like
I
that.
love that.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
perspective.
So-
Bars. That's real bars.
I like
right
that
there.
perspective.
Like,
But let me
get the
say
golf
this. I
perspective
love that
right there.
perspective. I love that perspective.
yeah.
But in reality, what we deal with now, we know that's impossible. That's physically impossible for them to give us
Right.
that. But what they
Right.
can do is like they do in every other thing in America.
Cut a check.
Cut a freaking check. Cut a freaking check,
Because it
bro.
may not make you whole.
Right, but it'll heal some
But
of the
it'll heal.
wounds, and it helps me to elevate my seat at the table. Meaning, if I take the money and
depending
start a
on who you
small,
are, but-
depending on who you are, but if I take that money and I start a small business that, or even a big business that can help finance my not only myself but my children's future, that's a win. That gives me equal opportunity. That gives me a leg up. If you understand
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
In this
but
society,
if they do it irresponsibly, though,
there will
then
be,
what does it mean?
And there will be people
Right.
who do
And
it
they're
irresponsibly.
gonna do it
Yeah.
There will
irresponsibly.
be.
But
Me and Rome had
This
this
is-
Yeah,
conversation.
there will be
all
people
the
who
time.
use it
And
irresponsibly.
And so what?
But you know what
They
smart
boost
people
the-
do?
They boost the economy.
yep.
I was gonna say, you know what smart people do? They recognize those people who are gonna use it irresponsibly, and they target them,
But us as
and they sell to them.
But us as a race, what would really benefit us is if we did get something monetarily, if we did get money to make us whole, which I disagree with it, but if we got money, part of making us whole should be
Absolutely,
they give us resources
absolutely.
to explain to us what to do with that money. Now, if we don't take that advice, fuck it.
Right.
Hey, we gave it to them. It's
Right.
up to them. You know what I mean? So, like, here's another analogy, right? So when the pandemic hit and they wanted to give out stimulus checks, I was against it. What I thought was, and I don't remember what the original one was. I want to say $1,400. Okay, this was my take on it. Don't give out $1,400. You give every family that needs that $1,400, like that you were going to give them of money, you put it on a card. But this card isn't like a card that you can just spend anywhere on anything. You can spend it only at people that register as small businesses because you want to stimulate the economy. The middle class is where it's at. Walmart's not taking a hit during a pandemic. I don't care what anybody says. Does their numbers go down? Yes, because everybody's numbers went down. But they'll recover. How many small businesses don't recover?
Facts.
Right? So if you give everybody a card and say, hey, you can only spend this at the most you can spend it at is a Kroger. You can't go to a Walmart. You can't go to a Meijer.
That won't work, though.
But you actually get a percentage. But hear me out. You actually get a better percentage. You know what I mean on whatever you're buying or whatever. If you go to a Highlight, you know what I mean. If you go to a mom and pop shop, right? You know, if you go to get your hair cut, even anything, right? Because what I'm saying is that's boosting the economy responsibly. Me going to buy a new what the fuck ever you're gonna buy at Walmart because they have everything. Me buying a 70-inch TV and a surround sound is not boosting the economy. Walmart's getting the same money they've been getting. They didn't need a bailout. You know who needed a bailout? Your local corner store. Your Chelios. You know what I mean? Your not Chelios. What's I think it's called the market, the fruit, the produce market.
Celinos.
Cholinos.
Yes.
But okay, yeah, I understand. I
No, you
understand
pronounce
what
it
you're saying.
Cholinos.
Chilinos?
I understand
I used to
what
cut
you're
their
saying.
grass when they were over on Telegraph.
But you're missing the picture. Ultimately, this wasn't a check to help poor people. It wasn't a check to help people.
No.
It was
This was just an
a check
analogy.
to
I'm saying of a-
stimulate the economy.
Right, no. What
My
I'm
point
saying
being,
is
they're
good.
going to
Hold
give
on,
it
hold
to
on.
people to
spend
spend
it. But-
at Walmart and stuff like
But
that.
what
That's
he's
what
saying-
that was for.
That was for that. But what I'm saying is the same. My idea that is thinking on a responsible level. All I'm saying is I'm comparing that to let's figure out a responsible way for reparations.
Right.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
that's how they
okay.
should
Oh,
do
yeah.
reparations.
I feel you.
That was an analogy
Yeah, I feel you.
of a thinking, not
Right.
actually what you should do, but
Right.
as a thought process of, hey, let's let's do it. Let's give them money responsibly.
Right.
Right. That makes you a little bit more whole than just giving you the check because
true.
there's a famous I'm rich bitch on fucking Dave Chappelle. Remember that episode where he fucking said, "What are you gonna do with your millions?" And he buys a whole thing of Cools. You know what I mean? A whole truck of Cools. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cadillac. Oh, Cadillac's the #1 dealership in America. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, we laugh about it, but I mean,
And a lot of it's true.
A lot
the
of
truth
it's
is told in jokes, bro.
Exactly. And a lot of that stuff is sad because, like I said, it's about giving it to me responsibly. You know what I mean? I'll put it like this, and then I'll shut up about it. If you were to say, "Hey, I'll give you $1 million right now," or I can give you $500,000 worth of stake in something or an executive position somewhere where you make this amount of money and you can build to that if you put in the work. You know what I mean? And they can guarantee me equality and they can guarantee me all this stuff. I take that because in the long run, man, that millions are fucking run out. A million today isn't what a millions was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago.
You know, I think of sometimes like, and this has got me thinking.
Hell,
of
$1 million wasn't the same fucking
Right.
10
Thank
days
you.
ago.
Thank you.
Shit.
What happens if you take that $1,400, let's say, and you invest it in stocks and bonds and things of that nature related to black-owned businesses, because we are talking about Juneteenth, so I'll put it on minority businesses. So we're talking women, we're talking black, we're talking minorities. So, man, like, what would happen? You ever thought about that?
But see, here's the problem.
And that's no money.
The thing
That's
is,
really no
we
money.
live in the real world. That's
Right.
What, they don't want
Right.
that. They don't want.
Right.
Listen,
No, I get that. I get
that
that.
would be fair.
No,
What you
no,
just
no,
said.
no, what-
No, what you just said. The analogy you gave would
Right.
be right and would be fair.
It'd be fair.
They don't
I don't
want.
know if
They don't
I'm not
want
saying it'll be right
and
or wrong.
fair.
In my eyes, it'll be
Right.
fair.
Exactly. They don't
Right.
want that.
No,
They don't.
what I want you-
Prime example. Everything you just named. I'm sorry, not to cut
No,
you
go
off,
ahead.
but everything you just named is right, fair, and well deserved. But you know what we got? Juneteenth. That's
No,
why.
right, hold
That's
on.
why.
Bars.
That's why people have a problem. with
Right.
it.
But listen, I was making that point almost to say, if that happened, how much stronger would these minority businesses be?
Absolutely.
How much stronger would they be?
Absolutely.
Not only like as their business, but they would now have more push, more pull.
There would be
more
a Tulsa,
everything.
Oklahoma,
bro,
Right.
in every
I
major
was
city.
Right.
That's
Bro.
what would happen.
Right.
I was
And they
finna
are
say,
deathly
Right.
scared of that. That's
I
Exactly.
was about to.
Definitely scared of that.
I'm
And
gonna
that was
say
the point that I was-
FINNA. That's what happened. Finna.
Finna.
Did he just spell out
I was
finna?
gonna say finna. That's what's gonna happen. You are exactly
Yeah.
right.
No, I definitely agree with that, man, because we all learned from Tulsa, and you know, Killer Mike has a really good spin on this, and it really it strikes nerves with people. But he brings up the facts of how the black dollar stayed in the community. His first episode of Trigger Warning, he talks about the black dollar. How long it stays in the community. And us being from where we're from, we get a chance to see places like Dearborn, right? Where the Middle Eastern dollar stays in their community longer than any other minority.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And what he's talking
Right.
about in Trigger Warning,
Right.
right, in his first thing is how long your dollar stays in your community. Well, Tulsa, Oklahoma, it would stay in their community way too long. They had to burn that shit fucking down.
Right.
And
And-
it's a very touchy subject, but he also said that segregation actually and financially hurt black folks. Not saying that we should have desegregated, but it is a good topic and it's a good thing to think about. Like, that's actually because you were in your community in segregation, so your dollar stayed in your community because your milkman, your grocery store owner, everybody was of the same race as you, right? I'm not saying I want to go back to segregation.
Listen,
let me
no,
tell
no.
you,
But let me.
you guys see where I'm going with
Yeah,
it.
not to-
Exactly where you're
listen,
going.
not to cut you off.
And you're exactly
but
right.
It's a word that I think you probably said at least at minimum 3 times, if not 4, right? What did you say? You kept saying community. And we're always talking about support community, support community, support community. So like I understand what you're saying with the card where you can only support small businesses. Because think about that. If everybody who received $1,400, and I know some people got 2, some people might have got 3, I don't know. But let's just say that first $1,400, everybody who received that only supported local businesses with that whole $1,400. Right. That's community.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We're doing more. We're seeing more.
Absolutely.
We're producing more. More businesses are popping up. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I love it. Not just on a black and white issue,
Right. Just
but
community.
on a community issue.
But let me say
Right.
this, even with that, that's not America's agenda.
No,
bro.
no.
That's
We
not-
know
Could we do
that.
it?
No.
Absolutely.
And yep.
The resources are here. You
Yeah.
know, the people in place are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just not the agenda. If you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
That's,
for sure.
they don't want that.
It's never going to be the agenda though. We have to create that.
'Cause
We
you
have
need-
to do that.
In a capitalistic
And Monroe is a
system,
Monroe
you
is a
need
perfect place to do
buyers
it.
and sellers. That's what
Yeah.
it breaks. I'm not talking about black or white or nothing.
Right.
I'm
Buyers
talking
and
about
sellers,
in
sure.
capitalism, you
Guns
need
and butter.
buyers and sellers. bro.
Guns and butter.
That's America's agenda. Buyers and sellers.
I'm gonna do a Romy Rome real quick.
You
How do you do that?
You
You're peeling a layer back.
Peel a layer back, bro.
Because yes, when you give back, or if you were to do the plan that I'd said or whatever, right? And small businesses get successful, and we're talking about small business right now. For the people that haven't been really paying attention, let me put it together for you, right? We're doing an analogy. We're comparing small businesses and what we did with the stimulus, what we could have done with the stimulus package, to reparations, right? For black people, and then also just minority people across the board. So that's kind of where we got a smorgasbord, a hodgepodge going on.
We
with that right now.
Juneteenth.
Right, we're Juneteenth, and we're just coming up with ideas of stuff that we think about. This is on the back porch of what we talk about. So we're just talking about how if you give a stimulus check in the form of, you can only use it at small businesses because they're the ones that actually need the help. They actually need the bailout, right? Mm-hmm. And they need to grow stronger. Correct. And when we grow them stronger, here's another thing, and I'm Rome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna peel another layer back.
Yes, sir.
Because in my experience, more money gets donated in charity, in my experience, that I can see, from small businesses that actually are taking it out of their profits. When rich people, or I shouldn't even say rich, wealthy people, when the wealthy companies donate, it's not coming out of their pocket. They're donating somebody else's money. Mm-hmm. They're just big enough, right, to be able to get people to buy in. Mm-hmm. So they say, when they do something, they go, oh, I'm not spending my own money. Hey, absolutely. But I have enough power that, hey, listen, I'll let it be known that you gave me this money, if you give me this money for me to give to, and I'm just going to say the homeless, or, you know what I mean, whatever, the poor, the battered women's shelter, there's, you can go on and on about it.
Can I dig a little deeper into that?
Peel a layer back.
Yeah.
So this is how I explain it to people, and it's really simple, and I don't understand how a lot of people don't get this concept. But let's say, for example, a Walmart, a multi-billion-dollar company, they may give $100 million a year to charities, right? Let's say, and I don't know the math, but let's just say that's the equivalent of somebody making $100,000 a year donating $50 a year, right? But then you have, like you're saying, these small businesses. The Joe's Hardware store is donating $10,000
cash
to, say, Joe's Pizza, because Joe's Pizza is getting ready to go out of business, so he donates that money to that. Now you're talking, that's the equivalent of, let's say, $1 billion company, say a $30 billion company giving $15 billion away.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and when you look at it that way, because that's what a lot of people go back to. Well, Walmart and Best Buy, and I'm not, I can shout out all the big box stores, right? They donate, $200 million a year and blah, blah, blah. But it's like the old saying where they used to say Bill Gates made so much money that if he stopped to pick up $1,000, he would actually lose $3,000. That kind of stuff, saying, right? The old analogy or what have you. It's kind of the same thing. So, yeah, I'm saying that to say, hey, support local, like we always talk about.
Yes.
Support black-owned business, like we always talk about.
Absolutely.
And hey, Black excellence. Let's go.
Black excellence, man. Hey, I think it's a good time for another fun fact.
Another fun fact.
Hey,
another fun fact.
you got, Ron?
Here you go.
All right. Oh, I was gonna. You got one.
No, you go ahead.
No.
The floor is yours, my brother.
I was just gonna say, another controversial holiday is Memorial Day, and
Yes.
and
Why is that controversial?
Because Memorial Day is basically a celebration of remembrance, right, of people that we lost. There were U.S. soldiers, and right, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And and that is what it's supposed to be, and that's what it is. I'm not saying any different. But if you look back in the history of it, of how it was started, and actually in 1865, that was the day that they actually were burying unnamed soldiers that were either slaves at the time or, well, basically they were slaves because it was 1865. It actually started in Charleston, South Carolina. That's kind of where that actual day started. Not the, I don't want to say the movement. I don't want to say what it stands for today. And I'm not saying, oh, we should stop talking about Memorial Day and start talking about Memorial Day from South Carolina or the slaves. No, it was just because they was unnamed and they wanted to give the proper burial to some of the slaves that fought. And that was a collaboration with starting more. Well, let's celebrate for everybody.
Yes, but hold on, even deeper than that.
Hold on.
Right, even deeper than
We
that.
gotta do a sounder for that.
Yeah.
Right, because actually what happened was the slaves who fought to gain their freedom, the surviving slaves, actually started not only giving their compadres a good burial, but also everyone a good burial.
Everyone. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. It was a collaboration.
Yes, it was definitely so.
Even though they were slaves, they were going, hey, no, this ain't just for us. They were the ones saying, no, this is for everybody.
So I mean, from a lot of research that I did, it's basically the slaves, the former slaves at this point wanted to give proper burial to their comrades, and so that's why they started to do it, and then everybody kind of, hey, you're right, because during that time, what happened was, unless you had money, you just kind of got all thrown in one grave,
Right.
You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
in wartime.
Yeah.
You got thrown
they
in the
dug a
grave,
big ditch.
Yeah, you got
That was
covered
that.
up and
Yeah.
kept it moving. So they, individualized and laid markers and things like that. So,
And that's why I say controversial is because when I have conversations about that, you always have the people that go, wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that black people are taking that too? No. Actually, we're saying the opposite.
right.
You know what I mean? We're saying
that was togetherness.
that was actually what
Right.
they were doing, was saying, hey, we're celebrating and commemorating and memorializing everybody. Because
we are taking care of our brothers. And it was brothers in arms. So that's what it was about. It was,
And I still feel like to this day, that's why we're the best military in the world, is because that's what we stand on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is that no matter what, like, and I'm not in the military. You know what I mean? I've never been in the military. We had a lot of family members we have a lot of family members that's been in the military, and that's one thing that if you talk to any of them, that's what they always say, is they talk about when they share the stories, not the wars, not the wild shit, because I don't want to ask them about wild shit, but when they share like how it was, is they always talk about like, man, like I trust a dude that's from the deep South that rocks a Confederate flag, but I trust him with my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's
they talk about my brother, and it's usually they'll say black people say my brother Fernando Hernandez.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? So that's why, that's that to me, in the house that I grew up in, the people I grew up around, the people that I looked up to, that's what I took from it is that, there is some facts that are different than what some people are taught.
Yeah.
But it all stems to the same exact thing that we still stand on today.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we should stand on today, is it doesn't matter.
And if
who
you don't
are.
believe it, Google it.
Google it. Just don't Wikipedia anything.
No. So what you got, Rome? Go
Rome,
hit
fun
us
facts.
with it.
Let me just say this. I've learned two things. This has been a very informative pod.
Dope.
Are we dropping a couple gems?
About gems,
Yeah.
bars, about black people.
Bars.
Well, I'm going to touch on something that's hits close to home, and it's about actually the month of February, Black History Month. Me, myself, I didn't know where it actually originated from. or where it come from,
You
or
about to
why
school the shit out of
even.
me because
So-
I have no clue.
And that's something
Black
we
History
celebrate
Month?
every year.
I
So,
have no clue where that month came from.
Go on, spit it.
I was always like, how the fuck they gonna give us the fucking the coldest month and the
That's
shortest
what I was
month?
saying.
Like,
That's why I started researching.
Yeah, yeah.
But go on, hit him up, bro.
the first celebration of Black History Month took place in February 1970. Within 6 years, it was recognized nationally. The month-long celebration gives all Americans a chance to reflect on the history of African Americans, from their many achievements to the struggles they endure to this day. Over 50 years later, we continue to set this time aside to praise Black Americans who have excelled, overcome, and made history.
I love that word praised.
Yep.
So that's where Black History Month actually originated, in the 70s.
In the 70s.
In
I
the
would have loved.
70s.
I was
And
a
there was-
baby in the
there
70s,
was
but I
also,
would have
too,
loved to
and
be
I-
grown in the 70s, man.
I hate that I can't pull it. I can't pull it from my head, and I know it, and I'll think about it as soon as the podcast is over. But February was also the reason why it was February. There was a specific reason why it was February, and I can't pull it from my brain. But people Google it. Just look up specific reason for February, because that's what a lot of people say. Damn, they gave us the shortest month of the year, but there's a specific reason for that.
How about this? How about let's do something a little bit interactive. I know we don't go live, but here's something a little interactive to the people out there that are listening, watching, what have you. Hit us up in the comments on Instagram. We are at Beyond the Tracks Podcast. That's on Instagram at Beyond the Tracks Podcast, and just hit us in our comments when we post the show when this show comes out. Hit us in the comments, or you can hit us right now in the comments or DM us and just give us give us the fun fact about February. You know what I mean? Or just hit us with your Juneteenth fun fact.
Right.
There you go.
How about that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Be interactive. We want to see what you guys got to say out there.
Well, actually,
Uh-oh.
I just Googled it.
Okay, spit it.
And it says February was chosen primarily because the second week of the month coincides with the birthdays of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
Yes.
Lincoln was influential in the emancipation of slaves, and Douglass, a former slave, was a prominent leader in the abolitionist movement, which fought to end slavery.
That's it.
Ooh, I'm about to
that's
get
why
on
it's
my
in
Rome
February.
shit.
Yeah.
Now we just learned. We both. We all learned something.
I'm about to get on my Rome shit.
What's your problem?
We was talking before the show and we was
Right.
talking about how it's
You
okay
feel me?
to not. Yeah. It's okay to.
I wasn't gonna speak on that. I wasn't
it's
gonna say-
okay. It's okay to like. Okay. It's
Okay.
okay to be controversial.
Right.
I'm gonna say this disclaimer just for the people listening. If it's your first time listening or your first time watching, one thing. Let me tell y'all, because this is. I stand true to this. I really do stand true to this. I know that some people they broadcast things and they want to give you the shock value or wow factor and something they don't really even believe in.
Right.
So they say shit just to fucking say shit.
Right.
That's not us. We say things because it's actually a thought and
Right.
we're actually trying to conversate. This is what this is.
And if it's wrong, check us. Correct us.
And it's all opinion based.
It's opinion-based.
And a lot of, we spit some facts, but as far as our opinion is our opinion on it, so nobody can be wrong. But you brought up Abraham Lincoln, and I'm just speaking from just growing up and just hearing different things and just researching different things, and especially when I got into politics for a short time, is that like you start seeing and hearing some things about Abraham Lincoln, you go, man, you grow up thinking, like, in your mind, you go,
Why I wasn't taught this?
Abraham Lincoln
Right.
was a slave freeing,
Right.
like that was Uncle
They made a movie
Abe.
about him.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
It's my buddy.
and then, well,
loved
then
us.
what you, and not like I'm not taking nothing away from him. What I'm saying is, stop putting that shit just so like, tell what it is. Like, let's explain the political aspect of it too.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because it was actually a political move.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not saying he was a horrible person. I don't believe that he was a horrible person, especially for that time. Like that'd be like telling somebody that grew up in the South, right? And I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. Some kid that grew up in the South that never seen in some place down in Alabama that lives in an all white place that's never seen black people, and his parents are racist or they talk bad about. That's like shit on that kid. No, like you can't shit on him. That's all he knew until he actually grew up and was able to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Just like misogynistic people and everything. Like back in the day when they used to talk to women, shut up and get do this and
Your
you know what I
ass
mean?
in the kitchen.
Get in the kitchen,
And why you got shoes on.
You're right. It's shit like that, right? I'm not faulting Abraham Lincoln for the way that he was doing as a political push, and he doesn't have to. He didn't have to be. Hey, no, man, I can't believe that we have slaves. No.
It's like some
But
people
he
say,
was liberal
such and
enough.
such was a slave, and you go, well, he was an adult in 1642. Like, what are you talking? Of course,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
you thought he wasn't. Like, he knew no.
And it's controversial to have the conversation because people don't want to hear that. People want to go, no. We were taught that he was all about freeing the slave. No, that's not what he was about. That was a move that he did. That was a strategic
it was
move.
political and it was financial,
Bro.
so.
Yeah.
How come every picture of every pilgrim you see got on black and they got a gun?
Because black is fire and guns are good.
Okay.
I don't know.
That just sounded.
I just ask you, why every picture of a pilgrim that you see, they got on black and they got a gun? Go ahead, bro.
What you think?
Go ahead, bro.
Oh.
Go
I
ahead.
want to know this.
You know why?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
What do terrorists wear or show in their pictures? Every picture they take, every picture we see of terrorists, what they got?
A bomb?
They got guns and bullets and shit strapped around them.
That's true.
And they holding they weapons, right? Okay. Let's keep rocking, bro. Let's keep rocking, bro.
Well,
It's.
I'm just saying. You were
that
saying
that was the
listen,
attire
you
of
were-
Britain and
Bro,
the good country
no, what?
back in that day.
You were saying.
This is Black excellence.
You were saying about things they didn't teach us, teach
Right,
us
right,
in
right.
school, or the picture they painted. When I grew up, I thought pilgrims were great. I thought they was the Indians and the pilgrims. They got along and they had dinner and
They helped hunt together.
Yeah, and they hunt together.
ate, and
Every
they
time I see him, it's a
they
turkey in the
showed-
picture with a dude with a gun. I'm thinking,
they showed Native Americans, the indigenous people,
Uh-huh.
how to do certain things,
All
and
that.
then they traded.
Right.
With
that's what I thought.
And they broke bread.
And come to find out, that wasn't how
Come
it
to
was.
find out that they didn't get it.
That
They
one-
didn't
listen.
get together over a turkey leg. Ain't that about a bitch?
It
No-
probably,
no wonder.
It probably wasn't a damn turkey in sight.
No wonder they had guns and was dressed in black.
Right. Hey.
So on a good positive note, where y'all going for Juneteenth this weekend?
Bro, this
Because they
weekend
have
is
a,
gonna be crazy.
Montague Park.
We doing it all.
Yeah.
Montague Park is having a big celebration. If you guys and gals just didn't listen to last week, Chrissy Montague was on here, Montague Creators, and she was talking about her family's park that they have, and they're throwing a Juneteenth celebration.
That's Sunday though.
That
right?
is Sunday.
That's on Sunday. That's
Okay.
actually on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is Sunday.
Sunday. Yep.
Correct.
Saturday is ALCC Monroe Opportunity Program, and the ALCC is they're throwing a nice little, as my brother would say, shindig.
Hootin' nanny.
Over there at damn, I lost the address.
I don't know that.
Winchester.
Yeah. No, it's
Am
not
I-
Winchester. It's Eastchester.
Eastchester.
I believe.
Yeah, Eastchester. I'm thinking 13.
The center.
But it's like, yeah.
The
I was
center.
gonna say the
Everybody
center.
know where the center. at.
Everybody know the center at.
But yeah, they're throwing
It's gonna
a
be a big
shindig,
weekend.
which
Shindig.
I'm gonna have to swing through there. And,
Yep.
Big weekend.
Also,
I plan on barbecuing because I don't know if
He
I
got a
mentioned
new
this already. I got a smoker. I need to holler at you. We need to go to Costco's. Can I holler at you? Hit Costco's or something real quick.
for what?
Go get me this brisket.
He need a
Brisket.
brisket.
45, 47, because that's how much it's going to cost for a pound. And another quick shout out, because we got all these celebrations going on this weekend. Shout out to my nephew, Ajane. Ajane Robinson, he is actually on the 18th. It's his graduation party. So shout out to you, Ajane. And D Mills had something, like it slipped my mind. I thought about it earlier. Shout out to D Mills. He's got another fight coming up July 1st, by the way. But he had something special that was going on.
And it's I think it's with MCLP and the center, I believe.
You know what? I'm gonna post it. When I post this, I'm gonna also post the flyers because he actually has a flyer, and it's slipping my mind right now. Sorry, D Mills, but I know D Mills has a really integral part in the Montague because that's his family too. He's a Miller, but he's a Montague. They got a lot of cool different thing going on for the kids and stuff too. Because I'm gonna bring my kids down there. So
Yeah, man. We're going to celebrate this weekend.
We're gonna celebrate this weekend, man. We just celebrated the open air market downtown last Saturday down here. Shout out to all the cars that came out, man, and my boy Joe Castiglione and his car club. They came down, man. That's the Mustang you seen, the Camaro next to it and stuff, man. It was going down. Brains Deep performed.
Damn. He dead? He dying.
That's the name of the band, bro. Relax.
He got brains coming out his nose.
Damn. You didn't even have to pause that one. We paused it for you.
Actually, he was down at Serendipitous. It's now called Serendipitous Music.
Oh, okay, down the street.
Yeah. Because they
Mackenzie and them. Shout out to Mackenzie.
Mackenzie and Sue, what's going on? They got 400,000 pieces of music equipment in there now. So
I seen that. I was wondering because they had these guitars and all this different stuff.
Yeah,
they were talking about.
I'm not gonna say she hit a lick because she spent a lot of money for those, but it's a lot of vintage stuff in there, and it's dope.
I'm gonna have to go down and check it out because I love the pictures. I love what you put online and everything.
Yeah. So they played out there in the back by the water. So if you heard some stuff jumping off or you was walking down the river walk, that was Brains Deep. What is that? Scotty Vining, Dave Campbell, and I forgot brother's first name, Mr. Comstock.
Yep.
Nice band, dope.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. This is just the first jump off of downtown, man. Since we've kind of opened back up, and you know how it is, man. Like, is the pandemic over? No, but is it over-ish enough to start doing some things downtown and people be able to? Yeah. That if you're comfortable enough of coming outside and having a good time.
I ain't see nobody with a mask on.
I did. I did because there was a lady that took her mask down just to get in my baby's face and go, "Oh my God, are they twins?" and you know what I said? You know what I said?
Nope.
I said no.
They just look alike.
Rome. I looked at her.
And they're the same age.
Rome. I looked at her and I said no. I said that one's from my wife. That one's from my side chick. And I kept strolling with my radio flyer wagon, bro.
Hold on. Can I say something real quick? Because Dana was pushing the babies, right? Or AKA pulling the babies. But it was crazy because everybody was like, they were talking to TJ. So I believe in my head that they thought the twins were me and Dana's, right?
Okay.
So TJ dipped, right? And we started walking back around.
Oh, is that when I had to go? Yeah.
And I said, I hope to God somebody says, "Where's the twins?" Because I was just going to go, "Oh my God," and just turn around and start running.
Bro, don't do that.
She was like, "You'll give somebody a heart attack."
Man,
I was like,
but
"But that shit would be funny."
There ain't nothing funny about that. Ain't nothing funny about that.
Certain things you just can't do.
Yeah, shout out to because when I had to go run down the street, I had to grab something for Gary Paulette, man. Shout out to Gary IWR. They had a really great event last week. The IWR at the FOP Hall. There's gonna be another one coming up the last week of July. I can't wait to go see. And I had to go get me a IWR shirt. You know what I mean? And also Bob Clark was out there. I got a chance to chop it up with him real quick. So shout out to our mayor.
That's your boy.
For sure.
That's Michael's boy.
Nice man.
For sure.
I still haven't been able. I still haven't had like enough like sit down time with him to cut into him and let him know like you know I'm the mayor,
brother.
right? No, you know I'm the mayor, right?
The real mayor.
Yeah, we haven't had that conversation. And you know what the thing was? Me, him, and Devin Rucker were literally all in the same circle talking to each other. So you got the runner-up mayor, you got the mayor, and then you got
the mayor.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, I said it.
I ain't saying nothing.
I said it.
He didn't talk to Dev. He ain't talk to TJ.
He did too talk to me.
But he came up behind me and grabbed me, gave me a hug and everything.
No, he did. That's your man.
Bro,
Yeah.
Let me get pulled over.
No.
Get the mayor on the phone. Wake him up.
You know,
I'm Michael Madison Jr.'s friend.
Wow.
It ain't.
I'm dead serious.
You know, actually, I got a phone call one night
I'm dead
outside
serious.
of his house from one of the family members that got pulled over. And he said he called. I ain't gonna put out who the police officer was at the time, but he was a homie, man. And he called and was like, "Hey, is this one of yours?" I said, "Kind of." I said, I said, no, that's my brother's. But I said, where you at? And he told me, I go, he's literally a block away from home.
Right.
And he let him go. And he was like, you tell him. You tell him that if y'all wasn't such good dudes,
Bro.
he was cooked because he had an attitude with me.
I think I told this
And I
story.
said, hold on. And I know, and you know, oh yeah, that's because that one of Mike's kids don't know how to not have attitude. You remember that shit?
Oh yes.
I've told this story on this
man.
pod before. This dude,
I'm dying.
he had a barbecue. And we over there drinking, you know, having a good time, eating pork,
Oh,
ribs.
yeah.
I'm smoking weed. The whole, and my doctor walk in. I look at
It's Doctor.
how this dude. Dude, my doctor walk in. This dude is influential.
Yeah.
I put the weed out the whole nine. You know my doctor thing?
I'm not influential, man. I took a page out my brother's book and started investing in people.
My man. My
So
man.
yeah,
And good people they are, man.
yeah, and once again, shout out to Bob Clark, man. I appreciate you. He's turned me on to some other things here that we'll be doing in the future. We'll talk about it after the podcast. But yeah, shout out to Bob Clark, Mayor Clark, Mr. Mayor. You know, he's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, let's shout out Juneteenth, man. Let's shout out
Yeah,
Juneteenth because Juneteenth, once again, it's a celebration. You know,
And we gonna turn up.
We were emancipated in '63, and it didn't get everywhere until '65, and so this is a celebration of us being 100% free-ish.
Free-ish.
Free.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Depending on what you call free.
I mean,
Nobody's
yeah.
free. I don't care. Black people, white people, Mexican people, Chinese people. Ain't none of us really free. But let's celebrate, and let's celebrate the right way, people. Let's celebrate by sharing some of these good conversations,
Absolutely.
sharing a good time. And just like I mentioned before about St. Patrick's Day and Cinco de Mayo.
Sharing
like,
some love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what
just sharing some love.
No matter if you're drunk on St.
Right.
Patrick's Day and you're hugging because you're doing the stereotypical thing because
Right.
we think that they're all drunks.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
playing. I'm
Yeah.
Hey,
being coy.
if the white dude show up to the barbecue
Right.
and he can do at least 2 hustles,
Right,
Let
yeah,
him stay.
embrace them.
Everybody
Let him
does.
stay.
Everybody
Just
does.
like you know, on Cinco de Mayo, man, where all of a sudden, you know, you want to put the sombrero on that day, even though that's fucking really disrespectful. Sometimes what you do, how you do it, and how you go about
Is
it,
it?
but
Cultural
you know what I'm talking about.
appropriation?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Let's just celebrate our togetherness and our history because Black history is American history.
speaking of togetherness and Black history and all that good stuff, I have another fun fact that
Fun fact.
I have to get out.
We should have did a fun fact sounder. Damn, why didn't I think of that? Okay,
We'll
go
get
ahead.
one.
Yeah, we
So-
got one that goes. Fur, 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 fur.
That's it right there. So as most people know too, it's also Pride Month. So this is kind of a Black fact and it's a Pride fact, which I thought was very interesting. It's something that I had heard this name many times before, but I never equated it, right? So Bayard Rustin was an LGBTQ rights activist who actually orchestrated the civil rights movement from behind the scenes. He was born in 1912. He is an openly gay Black man who acted as a key advisor to the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Excuse me. Which that in itself I thought was amazing because I didn't know that. So he actually was a humanitarian until his death in 1987 and was very, very influential in orchestrating and advising Martin Luther King. But of course, he didn't get any credit because he was an openly gay man, and they didn't want that to happen. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
There's some facts
Yeah.
right here. There's some fun facts right
Facts.
here. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love it. So yeah, shout out to him. I got one more real quick too, if I can.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Can I hit? I want to shout this young lady out. She don't know us, but her
Can't get
name
no
is
sponsorship.
Her name is Claudette Cloven, who actually refused to give up her seat on the bus 9 months before Rosa Parks. This says on March 2nd, 1955, 15-year-old Claudette Cloven was riding home on a city bus after a long day at school while a white passenger boarded, and the bus driver ordered Claudette to give up her seat. Claudette refused, and as she later told Newsweek, I felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on the other. I was glued to my seat.
Now Now that's bar. That
Yeah,
And
that's bar.
once again,
hold
she's
on. That's
once again she was 15 years old. So yeah, that's there you go.
Black excellence.
So in my heart, I believe she knew Rosa, and she said, "Hey, this is what the hell happened to me." And Rosa said, "No, don't even worry about that, baby. We're gonna take care of that." You know. So
fun fact. You guys want to hear one more fun fact?
Sure.
that's cool.
That isn't that you can't Google this.
Okay.
I, TJ the mayor, and this right hand shook the hand of who other? Michael and Elmira at the church.
Rance Allen.
No, shout out to Rance Allen.
Shout out to Rance Allen, though.
You don't remember when Rosa Parks
No,
You
Came
seen
to-
Rosa Parks?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know
You
you,
met
were
Rosa
there.
Parks.
when
Yeah,
I was a
yeah,
kid?
yeah,
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
At on Elmira between 3rd and 1st Street.
Okay.
On Elmira, that church. I don't even know the name of the church. This is because Mr. Rankins was there. You know what I mean? My mom took me, and I got a chance to go up there. Like you know, obviously this is way pre-COVID. So people got a chance to shake.
Methodist.
shake
It was
her, yeah.
the Methodist church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I got a chance
what's
to
up.
shake, and I did shake Rosa Parks' hand.
That's
Nice.
what's up.
And
I forgot that.
yeah, that's a fun fact that you can't Google.
Right.
But I mean that is a staple in history.
See, and he was
As a
he
human
was
being,
probably
man.
like 6.
I was
And you
like
remember that.
9,
Yeah.
8, 9. I was somewhere around there, man. I remember. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a good
I was
moment to
really,
remember.
Really,
right
really
there.
young, and I didn't even know how big that moment was until
Right.
I got older, and I was
Right.
like, "That is one of the like things that aren't talked about that much."
People
But
was
one
like
of the
Rosa
biggest
Parks. TJ was
things-
like, I dapped her up years ago.
"No, no." I mean,
her
I knew
there.
who she was. I knew what I was going to see,
Right.
but I didn't know
The gravity of the situation.
exactly.
Right.
I didn't know how
Yeah.
big of a deal that was. I think, I want to say, and she's younger, and I think she was a little. I want to say maybe Shay was there, cousin Shay. I remember when I shook her hand. I remember other kids being around. I can't remember who all they were.
I know. I believe Uncle Frank was there. Aunt Sweets was there. Yeah. Aunt Martha was there.
I know. Mr. Rankins had a lot to do with
Yep.
her coming here.
He's the one that actually orchestrated.
Okay, because I remember him being behind because he's actually the one that
Shout out
introduced
to
him.
Salma Rankins.
Selma Rankins.
R.I.P.
Yes, yes.
Mrs. Crazy Ass.
Yeah. Get yourself outside that door somewhere. Rome, that's one thing that you didn't get to experience here in Monroe. Is a promise of a candy bar you'll never get, and getting yourself outside that door somewhere.
Right.
Boy, you want to stick it in the microwave? Boy, go sit yourself in that storage room. Pick out a paddle.
Well, yeah, I wasn't old. I'm not old enough to know about that paddle shit.
But I was. I got it a couple times.
Yeah, man. Celebration, fellas, celebration, man.
Yes, sir.
And let's just end it with this, man. I celebrate you two, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
And this podcast and the excellence that we bring to our community and what we
Absolutely.
continue to grow and
I
be.
celebrate us.
Yes, us.
Absolutely.
Because
I celebrate us.
we keep growing. You said this earlier before the pod. Our progress and us growing just fuck the pod, fuck everything. Just as men, just as people in the community, it just keeps growing and growing. And like I said, I'm very proud to always get information.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what we do. We always get information, we give information, and we show love. So
I think for the rest of the week, man, I'm bringing my Black Excellence coffee mug to work.
This
Are
is
you-
Black
Yeah,
Excellence.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
are you going to be shining on everything?
Yeah. I might even play this at my desk.
Everything. Styling on everything. Styling on everything.
Yeah, man.
This is Black excellence. Styling on everything.
Well, you ain't gonna do the shoulder bob with us, buddy?
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, without further conversation or any more fun facts, we'll save some more fun facts for maybe the next show. But make sure you guys check out all the Juneteenth things that are going around here in Monroe. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Just send us a comment. I don't care if it's a thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care if it's negative. I don't care if it's positive. Whatever. Give us some feedback. Tell you what you think. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to see. Let's be interactive. Let's be community. Let's be real. Let's be people. So with that being said, I'm your boy TJ the Mayor.
It's your boy DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy Aro.
This has been another podcast, another Beyond the Tracks podcast, another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for viewing. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.